friends, welcome back to week 7 of our mini Cricut crafting sessions. Today we're going to be talking about all things Cricut pens and markers. So we're just going to go over this very quickly like we've been doing with our mini sessions, and then there's going to be a video up on Wednesday that goes into detail of me using the markers and showing you all the cool ways that you can use your Cricut to draw and to make things with your cards, or whether you're doing drawings, anything like that, you could have your Cricut do for you. So let's go ahead, jump in and get started. All right, friends. So a really important thing about having markers and pens is making sure that you store them correctly. You store them vertically is because all of the ink is going to run down towards your nib. And that's the super important thing, because when you're writing with your Cricut, it's going straight into the machine, straight down, and it needs to be able to draw with the ink at that end. So where if you just have it stored up and down all the time, you're going to get a nice smooth drawing or lettering whenever you're using your Cricut. So it is very important that you store them with the lid side, the nib side. The nib is the tip of your pen or marker, and have it facing down. So that's just a little bit of that. Okay, so now that we know how to store them vertically with the lids down, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting a cold again. Now we can talk about all the different kinds of pens and markers that Cricut has. So I'm just gonna run through them, and then I'm gonna show you how to know which ones you have. So they have a fine point, an extra fine point, opaque gel, glitter gel, gel pens, metallic markers, permanent markers, watercolor markers, infusible ink fine point pens, infusible ink markers, and Cricut Joy. Did you know Cricut Joy has their own pens? So if you have a Cricut Joy or a Joy Extra, you can only purchase the pens or markers that have the word Cricut Joy on them. That's super important because no other markers are compatible with the Cricut Joy or Joy Extra. Also, Joy markers are a different size. So I just have them taped down here, but if you can see, they're a different size. They're even a different like shape. So they're a different thickness than your regular Cricut pens and markers. So I've drawn, I've colored, I've done so much with my Cricut pens. Just recently, I showed you guys how I colored with my gel pens, and it made my project beautiful. All right, so we have the Joy pens. Those are only for the Joy and the Joy Extra. So when, like I said, when you're making a purchase, make sure if you only have those machines, these are the only pens that are going to work in it. So then the next type of pens that they have are your infusible ink pens. Now, Cricut Joy has infusible ink pens, and so does your regular machines, Explorer and above, and they do not have the white from the Cricut. All of theirs is a solid color, and of course it says Cricut infusible ink, and you can use that in any of your Explorer and above machines. So these are super fun, but I just want to remind you, if you're freehanding, if you're just drawing without using your machine with these, and you want to do a letter, you have to do it in reverse. So if you do words or something, I suggest using your Cricut, because otherwise it's hard to make letters backwards and keep everything lined up, in my opinion. But that's just me. All right, so we have our infusible inks. We have our gel pens. So the gel pens are beautiful. I colored with them, and these are the glitter gel pens. And then how you know what everything is, this is what I want to show you, is everything is marked. So this is an extra fine point pen. So it's not glitter, it's just a fine point pen, and it has the name on it, dark green. This is dark green, and this is a 0.3. So everything is labeled on each pen or marker that you get, so you don't get confused. It also has exactly what type of pen it is on the bottom of the pen piece that goes on the bottom. XF, obviously extra fine. This one is GG, so it's a glitter gel pen, and then it tells you on here it's a glitter gel pen 0.8 dark brown. So it's clearly labeled, even if you get them mixed up. I do like to keep mine separate. I try to separate all of mine. I try to put certain ones together just to keep it organized for myself. But say you get them messed up, it's not a big deal. You just look at the base of your pen and you'll be able to tell. So your markers, let me pull out a marker. So here's the marker. So it has an M on it, and the tip looks like a marker tip. All right. Versus, let me pull out the extra fine again. Versus your extra fine. Let me try to hold these side by side. Versus your extra fine. So the tips are, you have a great variety of tips that you can use. And I think I just pulled out the wrong one, but if I did, it goes over here. But they offer so much that I really love having at least one pack from each kind. So I obviously do not have all of the Cricut markers and pens. I am planning on purchasing more just because of things I have coming up, but these are all great options to have to start with. So buy your basic colors, your favorite colors. Make sure you have all of your favorite colors, because obviously you're going to be reaching for those more. We also have our blacks and our gray tones. So this again is a fine point. It's a little bit thicker than the extra fine that we just pulled out. And then we have, the other thing is the Venture. So I do not have a Venture. It is on my wish list someday when I have the space in my craft room. I want a Cricut Venture. So the Cricut Venture takes these ginormous pens, and these are permanent markers. These are great if you have a Venture to make like car wash signs for like your daughter's baton group or your soccer team or something like that. These are huge. I've colored with these in the past, and I love how they are so smooth. I'll show you in more detail. Probably Wednesday's video is going to be this. I'm just giving you a lot more information, and you may be like, how much more information is there with markers? Well, I'm going to show you all the things you can do with the Cricut pens and markers. So I think that's everything, guys. If you guys have any questions about pens or markers or anything like that, or storage, definitely reach out to me. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And definitely comment below and tell me how you feel about these mini Cricut craft sessions. If you're enjoying them. If so, I'll keep doing them. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great Saturday and a wonderful Sunday. Bye.